YouTube.
Can you please?
The grumpiest of bears and loves to play, to make people laugh in every way. His shows are sometimes crude and sometimes ass. With his wife of 15 years that is always having his back. Even when his dogs and cat are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling due to 1E and beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams. To bring joy and even the facts with his laughs, podcast every week and stream his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared. With anime on his side, is always prepared. Even though he's the grumpiest of bears, this bear is always cool in his chair. Till the end, his streams always be aware, cause he coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love, good night.
Hoping this is working. Hope y'all saw the little transition. And this is the Barely There podcast. Well, not Barely There. Well, Bear Thoughts podcast. We do this usually at every Friday at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. For those who want to join in the conversation,
has correctly joined the channel.
We're gonna be checking audio real quick, and then we're gonna be jumping right into it. Should be good, but there's always that chance. So we're gonna give it a couple seconds here while Corvo gives us a quick little listen.
Okay. Let's see. Are we good?
I'm seeing the little voice thing for you going up and down than me, so I'm hoping. We'll see. Why is your dad? I hope everybody's having a good holiday season so far. Hope everybody's having a good time with everything. We're good. All right. And hopefully y'all all getting y'all's Christmas carols on the way. Okay, real quick, by the way, this is going around here a little bit. I know, Corvo, you'll probably have a thing. This is just, I think I'm being one guide and being rage baited. And I looked up into it, and anybody else is falling for the same thing. Like like when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, this can't be true. It wasn't, by the way. Somebody was going around saying the song it was Jingle Bells. I think it was Jingle Bells, and saying Jingle Bells was something that they were it was made, the song was made for the turn of slaves escaping and then sliding through the snow with bells ringing while they were hunting them down. Not true. Everybody saw that video. That guy was rage baiting, and he was just doing it to get people's attention. As they call it, the term nowadays is called one guy, when one person intentionally does something or says something that's wrong, intentionally get people upset, angry. People, come on. He showed no sources. He didn't show no proof. He just Googled something up and then said that's the truth. He just Googled it. That was it. I'm like, can you do something more than surface layer and just believe it? It was so stupid. I'm like, people are. Is that the song? What was that? That song, "Baby's Cold Outside."
Yep.
That when that song was around, and everybody like, oh, we gotta cancel that song. Like, the song is actually really sweet if you actually listen to it. It's not a rape song. It's actually really kind. Then again, the same year, a comedian is like, hey, here's the song that's made really old, and here's today's best song, and it was the Wet Ass Pussy song. I can say that now because, and he like, let me show you a comparison of this song made back in the 80s, and then today's top hit song, Wet Ass Pussy. I'm like, wow, you can't make this shit up. We're okay with Wet Ass Pussy. And I can say that because YouTube doesn't get shit for cussing in the first minute of the video, but Baby's Cold Outside is horrible. I'm like,
baby, it's cold outside. Give me that wet pussy.
It's like, I gotta show you the clip. If you haven't seen it before, Corvo, you probably find it cracking up laughing. Because the guy he was straight faced while he was talking about it too. He's like, this is not a joke, but it's fucking hilarious. Because when he did the video, he wanted to choose what the new best hit song of the day was. And it's like, hey, I got it right here. Let me read it to you. I don't know who it was Cardi B or one of the other. It was a female rapper. It was one of those girls. Yeah. So let's get into it. If anybody has not already seen, or again, if somebody have not already done it and you like manga, I have mangas coming. I already recorded them. Just got to edit all of them. Go to the other channel. It is Bear Zerk Otaku. Bear Zerk Otaku. Go find that. If it's somewhere on my, go look at my I Quit video. Go and find there. You'll find the link to it real easy if you cannot find it for some reason. But it should be quick and easy to find. And go subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But this week you found out about a certain happenstance in your town.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of confused. How is such a happenstance with such a large group? Let me just put it like that. It's not just the fact that this certain
it's
people,
all,
but
I mean,
group?
I'm trying to think of how to explain it to you. They're all of different. There's different things going on.
Yeah, but that's like I said. There's just a group of them. Just all managed to be one spot.
Right, and this particular hotel, one of the things they do is when this time of the year rolls around and people are having hard times, they literally open themselves up for it.
Okay.
So that's why they're all congregated there. Okay. The reason why they're all there, there's different reasons for different people. Okay.
All right.
So that being said, it is what it is, and essentially somewhere in the neighborhood are around 40 children.
That's wild.
Potentially are going to end up without Christmas, or at least they were.
Okay.
Until me and Stealthy found out about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because at lunch, immediately, at least 20 gifts were purchased. We went straight over there and purchased 20 of them out of the store.
All right.
Okay. On top of that, me and both of my children are firing up our printers. And from now until the 23rd, these printers are going to be going steady, printing fidget flexi toys for these kids. I called a couple of my friends. I call them my elves right now because I'm playing Santa. And they're firing theirs up too. So from now until the 23rd, somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 3D printers that print PLA are going to be printing 2 to 3 flexi toys at the time, as many batches of them during the day as we can do.
You need some boxes, you need some wrapping paper, you need some tape,
Nope,
and some
don't
hands.
have to wrap them. Don't have to wrap them because the guy that is going to be giving them out is literally got a giant Santa bag and a Grinch that stole Christmas in the Santa suit.
Yeah.
And he's going to go give Christmas back. You know, like Grinch gives Christmas back at the end of the movie. He's going to go give Christmas back. So we just have to get them all to him. He's going to put them all in the bag. And he is literally going to walk up and down the halls of this hotel, knocking on doors, being like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go.
Okay. So you said there was some issues with some people because of this. And we had a little bit of a little spout before it because you know, we have emotions, we have feelings, you know, we have things about this. And you said several people were having the notion of not wanting to give because they think it is the parents' responsibility to do it.
Yeah, it's the parents' responsibility. It shouldn't be on anybody else. It's not their fault that they're in that situation. Well, you know what? Fine. That's all well and fine. I don't know what led the parents to it. I don't know if a house burnt down. I don't know if they lost their job. I don't know if they did something they shouldn't have done that caused them to lose their house. That's not my fucking problem. Okay? My problem is the kids didn't make those decisions.
No.
And it's bullshit to punish a child, even if the parents made the wrong decision, just because you feel better than them, or you feel some kind of way about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that shit, and I'm fairly sure I know you well enough to know that if you were sitting here where you could do something about it, you wouldn't do that shit.
Shit, I'll be paying
And
them.
I mean, they can kiss my Corvo Crow fucking Raven ass with all the feathers, all the fucking feathers.
Okay, so honestly, when you first told me about it, I was thinking about like, you know, helping me out, right? It was like a thought of like, you've helped me out in the past, and like maybe you're helping someone else like that, or so on and so forth. And I know some people. I literally saw a video just yesterday about some people grown up and taught when they're grown up not to be a burden on other people. Like, you don't want to be a burden on other people, and telling people your problems and issues and things like that in life makes your burden someone else's burden. And I guess I didn't get grown up like that. I have no problem telling people that I'm having a hard time. I'm having some shit happening.
Listen, it works. I look at it like this, okay? Everybody have fucking hard times. Everybody. Nobody's an exception, okay? But I will say it like this, okay? You got, in my opinion, two types of. You got prideful motherfuckers that don't want to take help. They don't want nobody to know they're having a hard time. And they look down on anybody that wants to give help to people in that situation, because they look at it like, why do they have and I don't? They have to give and I don't, okay? You know what? That's fine. Then you have the other classification of people, where I would classify me and you, where we grew up with, I would say, the minimum of what we could have, okay? But that minimum was like fucking gold to us.
Yes.
What we did have, we fucking love.
I didn't want to get rid of
it. We've seen what it was like for mom, dad, whoever, aunt, uncle, granny, granddad, whoever, what it took for them to get that little bit for us. Okay? So then when you get to a stage in life where you're an adult, if you have the means, you look and see other people in that situation, you're like, shit, I remember that. That fucking sucks. And you want to do something about it because you want to make that different for them.
Yeah.
You don't want them to have to be in that situation.
Yeah.
And that's the classification I would say me and you are in.
Yeah, and do you want kids? Because these are kids that are going to be without Christmas. These are our future generation. I would rather personally have a future generation of givers, of those who want to help, those who want to make other people happy, to pass along that notion that even though some people don't want to be a burden, it's okay. We can help each other out.
Right.
Not the notion of you have to be solo, and if anything bad happens to you, well, get over, big buttercup. You have to. Like, that's...
So, like, here's an example, okay? Perfect example. My wife, your friend, the lovely Stealthy, made a perfect example of what you want people to be when they grow up, without even knowing she did it. So we went and purchased those items I told you we purchased to get a jump start, to have something for some of them, right?
Yeah.
While we're there, an older couple, and when I say an older couple, we're talking 70s, close to 80s, right? They're in the store. They're buying some stuff. They got quite a few bags. The old man walks with a cane. The old woman's having to push the buggy as much as she can for stability. They're checking out. There's no room to take the cart outside because of how packed it is. So now they've got to try to tote all the bags, right?
Yeah.
Stealthy, without missing a beat, walks up, taps the lady on the shoulder and says, "Ma'am, do you need some help? Can I help you with that?" And reaches over and helps them get their bags and takes them out to their vehicle while I'm still putting our stuff up there, getting it done. Comes back, we pay for our stuff. Now, to a lot of people, they would have stood in line and looked at them people struggle and not give a flying shit. They just don't care. It's not their problem. It's not their life. They don't have to worry about it. Why the fuck would I care if they have a little harder time? But to my wife, that was somebody that had put in their time, busted their ass, raised a family, worked their lives. They deserve a little compassion and a little help. And it took her all of 10 minutes to give that kindness, that little bit of love, that little bit of fellowship with somebody. Do you want your generations to be able to be kind like that? Or do you want them to be the motherfucker standing in line behind us going, it's taking so long. Why they gotta be so... Fuck you.
Yeah, I get it. And while all that is good and dandy, at the same time, some people are just, they're fixated on their own problems, their own issues. And it's like, my wife, she is a kind person. She is very kind. And honestly, if she would see something like that, I don't know if she would. Honestly, and not because she's a mean person. She's just like, I want to get home. I don't want to. I have other things I gotta worry about. I got things I gotta take care of. I got things I gotta do. I gotta like. She's sometimes could be some selfish.
I get that. I get that. And everybody can be a little selfish. But what I'm having a problem with is when you're standing in line scoffing.
Oh,
and being
at
a
him.
dick.
Let me just stare at you.
Get out.
But yeah, I'm glad that you're taking initiative.
I just don't. I can't do that, dude. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been in a place and I've seen something like that, and I've helped somebody. I mean, shit. I mean, there was a time when I got my first job out of college that I lived in this little town, and there was an old man that was homeless. He was always pushing this fucking shopping cart around in this little downtown area, picking up cans and shit, trying to turn them in to get a few dollars.
Yeah.
So he can get something to eat. I've seen him for a couple of years, and I finally decided one day to speak to him. Hey, told him my name, asked him how he was doing, if there's anything I could do for him. The man literally told me that he had a job interview the next day. Okay? And I verified this by talking to the person he's supposed to have the job interview with. Told me he had a job interview and told me that he didn't want to go to his job interview. And I asked him why. He said, well, look at me. I don't have no place to stay. Can't shower. I can't shave. I can't clean up. I'm going to smell. And I don't, even though the man's being kind enough to give me the interview, I don't feel like that's respecting him to come into his place of business in that state.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right. I see what you're saying.
And the man doesn't want to be a bother.
So I looked him dead in his eyes. I said, you want a place to stay tonight? He goes, sure. You got a place to stay? I said, get your shit, get in the car. I drove to the local hotel. Walked inside and got this man a room for a week. Got him his key. He went to go to his room and said, no, we're not done yet. Get back in the car. Then I drove to the closest Walmart, which was about 15, 20 miles away. I took him in and I bought him a razor, shaving cream, soap, shampoo, conditioner, a button-up shirt, a new pair of slacks, socks, and some decent-looking shoes.
Yeah.
Some underwear. Put him in the car, took him back. I said, go ahead to your room, start cleaning up. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Now, I'm sure this man's thinking there's no fucking way he's coming back now, not after doing all this, but he was wrong, because right across from the hotel he was staying at that I booked for him was a huddle house.
A huddle house?
Yeah, it's a restaurant down here.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Waffle House,
All right.
but it's called the Huddle House. It's right adjacent to the hotel. One of my friends worked there as the manager. Walked in there, I said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I got a gentleman that I just put up at the hotel over here. He's homeless. I got him staying there for a week. He's got a job interview tomorrow. He's currently getting himself cleaned up right now." I said, "Okay, I'm trying to help him." He said, "Okay, so what do you need from me?" I said, "I'm fixing to hand you $200. Covers his meals for this week." He walks over here, he orders breakfast, one breakfast plate. He orders lunch, one lunch plate, and if he's coming back, one dinner plate. I said, "Well, 200 covered." He said, "If it doesn't, I'll put the rest in myself."
All right.
So I hand the man $200. Walk my ass back over there, and I told him, I said, "Hey, when you go to eat breakfast, you go to the Huddle House. It's already paid for. You go to eat lunch, go to the Huddle House. It's paid for. Dinner, Huddle House. It's paid for. Granted, it's all Huddle House for a fucking week, but it's hot food that you ain't had. Do it."
Yeah.
Okay. I tell you that story to tell you this. Do you know what that man is doing right now?
So working the same place, I'm hoping?
He is a CFO of a multi-million-dollar corporation in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
All he needed was somebody to give him a little time and a place to stay so he could get his shit cleaned up. That's all he needed. That's it. Now, for 2-3 years, I know this man walked around the streets in this town and people drove by him every day. Hell, some of the kids were cruel and would throw cans at him, knowing that he was wanting cans for money.
Yeah. They felt like they were doing something by, even though it's in a cruel act of intention, or not intention, a cruel act of the giving, the intention is to help him. It's like, no, I didn't throw the cans at him per se. I was giving it to him at a high speed velocity.
They were masking cruelty and kindness.
Yes.
That's what they were doing.
It's like, I'm not helping them the other way. The other side of it's like, no, I ain't helping him. I'm nailing that dude with a fucking can straight to the dome.
I know that there might be people either watching this or going to watch this that's going to think that entire story is full of shit. You know what? That's on you. You can believe what you want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I did, and I know why I did it. I don't need your. I'm not seeking affirmation from you.
Yeah.
Okay?
But at the same time, people need to hear stories like that, and then hear if there's a dividends to it. Like, they need to hear that kind of stuff, like knowing that there was. Some people don't believe in karma. I have a hard time believing in karma myself because I had been kind the majority of my life.
Right.
And I ain't no multimillionaire. But
Nope.
if your kindness, your one action of kindness has paid its dues, people need to hear about it. They need to see it. They need to know that there's something out there greater than themselves.
I feel like that my actions, whether it be directly from him or directly from anybody I've ever helped, I think, those times where you're like, damn, I did get lucky in this.
Yeah.
But you're not real sure how you got lucky. Sometimes I feel like that shit is like you're being paid forward. You're being paid back.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, how many people pay their house off in 2 years?
Not many people can do that at all. They can spend the entire life trying to pay off their house and they won't be able to do it.
Hold on just a minute.
I know for me, to pay off this house, we got like another, let's see, like if we would stay here, maybe another 5, maybe another 8 hell, even maybe another 10 years to be able to pay off our place. And that's if nothing happens or if it's something good happen. it would be a long time. So like 2 years, oof, man, that would be a game changer. Of course, then we would sell it and then move somewhere else that we actually want to live, and then either A, be our forever home, or B, be a home that is going to be near our forever home in some facet, near the mountain somewhere. That's the goal. But that's not always, you know, the life never always listens to your dreams or your goals. So, speaking of goals and dreams, I would love if I hit 1,000 subscribers, either on this channel or on my Bear Zerk Otaku channel for mangas, reviews, and so on. So please go over there and check it out. I had some people trolling into the channel, and I didn't hear a thing of it, and glad I didn't, because I don't want to hear same emote 50 times.
All right, so that's that topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which I'm still a little bit on the kids part. I think that many kids, I would think maybe like apartments got on fire, because if it's different groups of people, the different family, maybe a entire apartment just caught on fire and all of them were removed from there, and the insurance or whatnot, the apartments paid for them to be somewhere for the holidays. It's happened to me before.
No.
Literally happened to me.
This hotel literally blocks off a wing of it every year. And the sole purpose is if you're having a hard time, you can go there, explain your situation,
and they'll house
they
you.
They will house you.
Okay.
So
for us, it was
some of these families are from families whose houses are lost to storm or fire earlier in the year. Some of these families are families who got laid off and couldn't afford their rent and got evicted. Some of these families or families that have moved here and don't have nowhere to stay right now because they're trying to find work.
Yeah.
There's a myriad of different things, and the point is that they're trying to do their part. We're going to try to do our part.
Yeah. Well, for us, it was, we were living in Birmingham. Across the hallway was a brother, and by the way, dude seemed nice, but he had a pit bull, and you could tell that the pit bull was being used for certain games, and it was sweet as can be. And if we had the chance, we would have took that dog from him. Let's just say that. He fell asleep cooking meth and burned the apartments, and we were right across the hallway from him. And yeah, the building of the multi apartments that were around this area were housed for a week or so. And then we came back in, lived in our apartment for like 2 weeks, and they came back like, yeah, you gotta leave. It's like, why? We're fine. We've been here for 2 weeks. Like, yeah, smoke damage. I'm like, smoke didn't get here. The fire didn't get here. And they put us in one of the lower versions, and what they did, they just raised the rent on those versions of them, even though those were the nicer versions of the apartments that they had. But they just raised the rent and said, oh, because of the firewall. I'm like, you motherfuckers, you just want to kick us out because you wanted to raise the rent and these nicer ones that we contracted into, and you put us in some of the older, cheaper ones, and then made the price of those the same. It's like, anyways, that's not here or there. Like, again, I have no problem living next to brothers and sisters. None. Just that one was cooking meth. So it's pretty hard to be like, hey. So, yeah, I know how it feels to be kicked out also right around Christmas.
Yep.
So
I've been there and done that shit.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Literally a couple days before Christmas, everybody in our apartments, he was selling the apartments. Everybody in the apartments were evicted. About a week or so before Christmas. About a week or so. So, you need help. I would have, if not for everybody that I was like, hey, I was not for the fact that I did was it a Kickstarter? No, not Kickstarter, GoFundMe. If I didn't make that video saying, hey, I'm losing my apartment a week before Christmas, we don't have any time to get a new place. We would have been on the streets. There is no question. Me and my wife would have been in a small PT and my truck on the side of the road, still doing what we had to do, and then waiting till we got an apartment. But everybody's like, hey, if you can help me get a home, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't have to worry about someone setting a fire to their place because they're not attached to mine. And I don't worry about you evicting me as long as I'm paying the bills. And which we always, knock on wood, we're going to keep on doing that till we move. So yeah, helping kids. Geez, I would love, if I was a kid, someone to 3D print me some Pokemon stuff. I would have. I would like, best Christmas ever? Little 3D printed Pokemon, multicolored or solid color, doesn't matter. I'd be like, hell yeah.
I mean, I would have killed to have a fucking Flexi Onyx.
Yeah.
You know? That actually fucking flexed and shit. I'd have thought I'd done died and went to heaven.
So, don't knock it. And if you're one of the people out there, I don't think they're gonna have like a GoFundMe for the kids, or a what was it, Toys for Tots for the hotel. But if you do have one near you, $5 won't hurt you, and it might come back and pay dividends. But don't think you're gonna have a multi-million CEO coming back to your house going, "Hey, I remember when you gave me $200 for food and bought me clothes. Let me hook you up." I don't really know, because some people some people just go, "I remember that time. That was good. That guy was nice." Well, that
Listen,
let me check my book in here.
I look at it like this. I'm not expecting nothing. Shit. I mean, I want him to have a fair shake at life. Period.
Yeah.
I want you to have a fair shake at life. It's not fair, in my opinion, for people to not get a fair chance. Okay? You know, you've heard me say this more than once. I am not a rich man by no means. I am not.
Yeah.
Never claim to be, nor will I probably ever be. Do I daydream about it? Hell yeah. But am I? No. But what I will say is, if I have it to give, I try to give.
Yeah.
Because there are always people that need it, even though some of those people will call me on Discord and bitch at me because they're like, "Why the fuck did you do stupid shit?" and I'll be like, "Well, you fucked up and gave me your account information. My bad."
You do nice
you
things
know,
for me.
but the thing is that if you can't show a little love and compassion, how do you expect them to show you love and compassion?
Yeah.
You know, so it's
give a little bit.
Treat people, treat them the way you want to be treated. You know, period.
Yeah.
When I'm old as fuck and I can't hardly tote my groceries to the car, I hope some young ass woman comes along and be like, "Hey, let me help you tote those out." I'll be like, "Yeah, you can do that." You know, go ahead.
Yeah. Which, by the way, for the holiday season, me and my wife will both be doing some deliveries, not Pizza Hut or whatnot, but some other kind of deliveries to try to help with the holiday season, because everybody's a little extra cash on the side right now. I think everybody's trying to get a little bit of something on the side to try to make this season not
Hey, listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know how many hours I did this week?
More than you probably should have.
Way more. My lowest hour count for the week was 10 hours a day.
Okay.
My lowest.
All right. Well, speaking of a low, this past week, y'all, you know how I feel about drama, okay? Let's just, if you do not already know already, for those who are watching, I despise drama. I think drama is the lowest tier of entertainment. I think if you do drama, you do it because you're not interested in yourself, you're boring, and you need something to make yourself seem interesting or spice up entertainment that you think is entertainment. And those who say bring back World Star, I think it should stay dead, just like Jerry. not Jerry, the person that did the show, but like the TV show Jerry, where they staged fake drama to garner attention. I think that stuff is the lowest tier. It is trash. Well, this past week, we have the Streamer Awards, what most people call the biggest jerk off of group friends jerking each other off, saying they're awesome and they're great and so on. The problem is they're the only one doing a Streamer Awards, which I think Streamer Awards are good, right? If you and I would get awarded for something like that, we'd be like, hell yeah, that's sure. If you nominate me, go ahead.
I mean, I'm down for accepting the biggest asshole on live on stream. I mean, I can take it.
But so there's, you know what VTubers are. I have a model myself. Didn't do too well with it. I wish at some point I would love to go back and try and check back at it again, because I think it's better, because, well, people will sometimes judge you as a streamer by your age, and I don't look young. Though my wife said if I shaved my beard, I would be in my 20s again, but that's not here or there. So this guy named The Burnt Peanut, he won VTuber Awards, right? And there's this other girl named Iron Mouse. I know you heard the name before. Yep. So she's a very popular, but she's also one of the people that has a chronic disease. She's older, but not people know how old she is. And of course, everybody's going around with the whole, like, these are nothing but dudes in their 40s pretending like they're girls. Like, no, this is actual girl. Like, well, then what you look like, and so on. So everybody's giving this Burnt Peanut guy, because he doesn't want to call himself a VTuber, because he likes to start a little bit of drama with the VTuber as a joke. It's a joke. He's playing around, but some people take it as serious. He's like, I don't want to be called a VTuber. I'm a P-tuber, because he looks like a peanut. Yeah, that's so cool. That thing collapses, by the way.
No, peanut.
So, and people give him shit, and the people like, well, and Iron Mouse, she stood up like, hey, technically he is a VTuber, even though he uses like what they call it as a face filter, whatever they call it. I don't know if you've seen before where people like you turn the camera on, and you can make yourself look like a Jedi, make yourself look like a clown. Yeah. It looks kind of like that, and a lot of sits, but he's a peanut. He won the award for best VTuber, and Iron Mouse is like, good on him. Don't give him shit for it. He actually is he's a VTuber, even though he doesn't like being called it as a joke. People are mad at him because he doesn't want to conform to the anime look of a VTuber. And then now they're death threatening Iron Mouse and saying the reason why she's popular is because of her sickness. They're saying she used her sickness to become popular. That's the state of drama. How much of a nothing burger is like these people, like, you're literally thinking somebody's gonna use their ailments, like me going, I have cancer, I'm gonna use that to get famous and rich off of. It fucking sucks. Why would I want to use something like that to make myself famous and then death threaten her because she thinks the dude rightfully won it? Because he put a lot of effort and work in his stuff. The dude, he has like scenes galore, costumes, animations, alerts. The dude puts a lot of work, and he's like 90% of it he did himself. But people are gonna give him death threats. But then someone decided to ask her while she was at the awards, what do you look like? And her response was, I'm ugly, of course. Because he asked a stupid question, you're gonna get a stupid answer.
Yeah.
Are you white or black? She's like, I'm none of those. I'm Latina. Don't be asking someone some personal questions. They don't want to be answering it. And there were some young kids kept them pestering her questions, asking her things that were making her uncomfortable. And people like, you're some 40, and some dude other said, like, you're some 40-year-old, old man online, and you're getting shaken over some, questions. I'm like, no, the kids were starting drama. They were starting shit to start shit. That's why RRL is nothing but kids, childish minds, trying to start up drama to garner attention and get paid for it. Jesus Christ, like people just don't get it. It's like IRL is not what you think it is. It's just nothing but drama people and those seeking it, and they're boring, and they know they are. Boring or they're bullies.
One of the two.
Yeah, it's like you're not cool. But
there's a reason why I stopped trying to do tournaments with games and shit. Because I'm sure you've known me long enough now to know that if somebody starts fucking toxicity in a game that I'm playing, I'm probably gonna lose my shit. And I'll do some dumb shit. Like I got a machine over here to say your shit ain't working no more.
Yeah,
bye. Have a good day.
This is kind of the reason why I've said it for many years now. I don't think IRL streams, even though people said, Just Chatting has been on stream for a long time, and Just Chatting is pretty much the central of IRL. I've been saying it for a long time. I don't think IRL or Just Chatting should be the main platform, the main viewer sense on Twitch. And you know it, the people that won the most awards were IRL streamers. Just Chatting streamers. And they were all close friends with each other. They were all close friends. And even the person that's running it was kind of drama baiting certain things happening during the awards. I'm like, don't y'all all just see this is just a big old ploy? This is just I know it's one thing to garner attention, but it's all in the negative light of attention-seeking people.
Yep.
It's not in a sense of like we're all here to celebrate the cool stuff we did, the fun stuff we did. It's like, no, let's celebrate all of us being assholes or just dicks or just really drama seeking. Yay! My wife wanted me to talk about it, and she's like, maybe if you talked about more drama on your channel, maybe I'll get more attention. I'm like, I'm not selling my soul. I'm not going to be that person that fuels the fire for that kind of attention. But it would be so easy just to talk about every day.
The drama I could drop every day. Every fucking day. Every day. But I don't.
Mm-hmm. And it's one thing to say, like all these channels do it, but what are some of the biggest channels? The only thing that they primarily do with a little bit of gaming every now and then, it's like you're not helping. If you would just show that this is stupid, this is dumb, you should step away from it, maybe more people will stop doing it. But when the biggest channels are the ones doing it, and you like doing it, I think you're asking for more people to keep on doing it so you can keep on talking about it.
Yep.
You just shut the fuck up about it.
Trying to keep that shit rolling. Just trying to keep it rolling.
Anyways, okay, so the next screen was I don't know how to feel about this. Okay, so I did watch the trailer.
Yep.
Of the upcoming Street Fighter movie. And I don't recognize, as when I looked at them, any of the actors. And
you don't recognize Jason Momoa?
I didn't recognize him at all. No.
He's the big green dude with the red hair.
Oh, that was him?
That was him.
Okay. Well, quick side note here.
And then the wrestler, fuck's his name? Cody? Is it Cody? No, it's not Cody. It was one of the Rhodes brothers. One of Dustin Rhodes' children. He's a big wrestler. He's playing Guile.
Okay. I'm not a wrestler follower, so I don't really know wrestler names. I know like two or three.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few. If you know them, you know them.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's quite a few in there, and I don't know, man, because I still have a bad taste in my mouth from when they did the first Street Fighter movie.
Don't get me wrong. Just another Tuesday.
Don't get me wrong. I think Jean-Claude Van Damme is badass. Okay? Yeah. But they did him dirty with that whole fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't give him the right look. The first off, he didn't have the right hair.
Yeah.
You know, so he had the skills to play the character, but then they gave him a shit fucking script. I mean, it was
Definitely the
It was
90s
bad.
vibes.
yes, it was very bad.
Yeah.
So I still have a bad taste in my mouth from that one. So they're gonna have to do a lot to make me go, okay, you might have redeemed.
Yeah.
You know?
So, as you well know, like when it comes to movies and anything like that, I want new blood in the movies and new movie industry. And I think I figured out why I want new blood. And follow me here. With old blood, we know pretty much everything about them, even stuff we don't want to know about them. Their bads, their goods, their beliefs, their opinions, right? We know like all this stuff about them, and I want some new blood in the thing that I don't know nothing about them, other than how good an actor they are. That's all I want to know about a movie actor nowadays, is how good he plays that role.
See, me, I get that even now. I can do that even now because 90% of these fuckers, I know their names, but I don't know shit about them personally because I don't read that shit. I'm not gonna go out there and read where Billy Bob did this to that to other and did this with her ear on Tuesday, and I don't give a fuck about that shit. What I care about is I know Billy Bob. He was in this movie and did a good job. So I'm gonna watch this movie. Oh look, he did a good job. That's all I do. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there like when that whole fucking thing blew up, and I didn't read anything about it, so don't know a whole lot about it. But everybody was fucking talking about it, like when Brad and Angelina broke up, or when this and that, when what's his name, Johnny and Amber had their thing. I don't watch that shit because I don't care what they do in their personal life.
Yeah,
that's their personal life. I could give a fuck less if he was drinking a bottle of Jack last night. As long as his performance on that screen was good, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and
I'm not trying to be him. I'm trying to watch this character.
Yeah, and that's what it should be. But being that I am online and I am on Twitter and I'm doing things to try to, and I see things and I'm like, man, like for example, the guy that played the Mandalorian, he's a great actor. He also played the Fantastic Four guy in the main father in Fantastic Four.
Reed Richards.
Yeah, and he also played like the crazy cocaine guy with the movie. I forget, like he was a cocaine lord, and they use the guy that used to do the bees. I forget his name. They were in a movie together, and he played a good crazy like cocaine driven dude. He was funny as stuff. And I liked him. Then I started hearing some of his political opinions and some things he did. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to know that. I just want to know he was a good actor. That's all I want to know.
That's why I don't read that shit. I don't watch that shit.
It's like, I just I want to have a feel of disbelief, right? I don't want to know what's going on with your personal life. And I don't care to hear about it. All I care is if you're a good actor. That's all I care about. And that's all you should worry about, because that's your job. People should know personally. Like, I know you're a famous star. You're going to be people like going to ask you questions. If you ever became famous, people are going to ask us questions. Tell you right now, if I became famous, I would probably make it a priority to be as vague and as little as information as I possibly can. Not because I don't want people to not like me, just because I don't want people to have that, oh, he has this opinion, well, now I don't like him. Oh, he has this opinion, well, now I do like him. Like, I'm not playing that thing. I'm just like, hey, I'm an actor. Let me act. That's why I want to be a voice actor. Then I don't have to be no face at all.
The biggest issue for movie stars and the such now isn't even that they're telling it. It's that there's literally people sneaking around, finding out the shit, even though they're trying to be private, and then blasting the shit everywhere. I mean, like, I don't remember what the actor's name was, but a dude took a picture of him taking a shit. I'm like, are you serious? Like, bro can't even take a dump. Like, I will tell you, I'm telling you now, everybody on the internet, hear me. If I become famous and one of you some bitches is taking a picture of me while I take a shit, I will get up and part my cheeks and show you the dirt road. I do not give a fuck.
That would be such a world star moment. Goodness gracious. He stood up from his toilet and spread his ass cheek. And here you see in blurry image, his asshole wide open and and he decides to take a dump right there. He must be on drugs. No, he's just saying, go fuck yourself. You're gonna have fun watching me do this. You're gonna have all the treatments.
That's exactly right. And then see, the thing is everybody that knows me would see that shit and start laughing. They're like, that's not why he did that. Y'all romanticizing the whole thing. He literally did that to go take a fuck off, you know?
You're gonna have fun to do it all the way. But yeah, I just I want the movie to be good. I want to look at a character and not see another character. I just want to see just that character. I don't want to see Batista. Huh?
I want it to be good.
Yes.
I just don't want it to be. I don't want it to be what it's not supposed to, which is turn into some clown.
Cringy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Street Fighter is not a comedy.
No.
The game is not a comedy. They're beating the fuck out of each other.
It's a tournament.
It's a tournament.
And I know there's a story to it. I know that the main villain, he's trying to take over the world, right? He's kind of like the 90s vibe. He's like a Hitler kind of like character, but he's not genociding people. He just wants a lot of power and control the world. Yeah, that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, what's it about? Fighting. That's the entertainment. Drama's one thing. Beating the shit out of each other and wanting it to get stronger is what really the game's all about. And traveling the world to do that. But there's a backstory to it. Everybody has a story. Everybody has their own little MC and their own little world. But I want to look at the characters and going, I see Chun-Li. I see Ryu. I see that. I don't want to look at him and go, I see, like I said, Batista. I don't want to see that. I don't want to look at him going, I see Ryan Reynolds. I don't care who it is. I just want to see, like, even for Deadpool, I see Deadpool because his face is covered. I know Ryan Reynolds under it, but the comic books literally made him say like he looks like Ryan Reynolds. So like I was able to span that disbelief because he literally looks like Ryan Reynolds in a multi-universe that came this person. So I was like, okay, because Ryan Reynolds is that Deadpool, but with his mask is on, it's like all I could see was Deadpool. But this one, I'm seeing faces, I'm seeing people. I'm like, I want new blood, and I want it to be about what the game's about, fighting.
All right.
With Mortal Kombat,
which is why when you go and you talk about like the Legend of Zelda being a movie being made, those are new people. We've never seen them before. We don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
Yep.
So we're going into this
Link
going, this is
and
Link.
Zelda.
We're going into this going, this is Link and this is Zelda. It's the same thing with the new Harry Potter TV series that they're rolling out. These kids have never been on screen. We don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. All we know is this is Harry, this is Hermione, and this is Billy Bob over here. You know, that's all we know. Okay?
Well, the same thing for the original Harry Potters, which is not going to be like when I see this one, my mind's going to go, and my mind's going to just naturally sort of look at the kid that's playing Harry Potter and go, that don't feel like my Harry Potter. Don't feel like my Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Because like I grew up on, not grew up on, but my first ignition was the original movies. And that was my first toe dipping into the Harry Potter world. And now they're making a new Harry Potter, and that's to be those kids. That's to be their Harry Potter. Like that's gonna be like that's how they're gonna recognize Harry Potter from there on out. And that's really hard to do because when you go to new movies, because I know the actor that played Harry Potter did play movies afterwards. Some people just go, "Oh, that's Harry Potter." Like, no, that's not Harry Potter. This is not that. This is not that universe. This is him with duct tape gun to his hand. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I didn't watch the movie.
Yeah, that's the one that they nailed and bratted and shit. Guns to his hand where he couldn't take them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's
Or
not
now
going
you
Bagiosa.
see me. Now you see me too, where
Yeah.
he was the fucking crazy offspring of the dude. You know.
Yeah. So I want that to not be the case, but even more so, I don't want to think of the actor and what they've did and what they've done and their beliefs. I don't want that in my movies. Keep that shit out.
I think an actor that did a good job of, even though I know him and I know all the other shit he did, when I watched the movie, that I didn't see him. I seen who he was playing.
Yeah.
And that was John Wick. You know, that was Keanu Reeves. He's been Johnny Mnemonic. He's been a bunch of different characters. Hell, he was fucking Neo.
Yep.
You know, he's been all these characters, but when I was watching John Wick, I didn't see those characters.
No, I didn't either. I didn't.
I seen John fucking Wick. When
Yep.
I watched The Matrix, I see Neo.
Yep.
He does a good job of being that character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not giving you, oh, it's just Keanu Reeves again. That's not how that's not what happens when I see it.
And the same thing with
It's
Johnny
kinda
Depp.
like-
I feel like Johnny Depp, when he was playing, he played the original Scissorhands, right?
Yeah, he played Edward Scissorhands. He did
The
he
barbershop
also
one
did
movie.
Crybaby. He did Crybaby. He was the and he also did Sleepy Hollow. I
Yeah.
will forever see Ichabod Crane looking like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And he did a fantastic job, in my opinion, in that movie.
Mhm.
I still watch that movie every Halloween. Okay. Just because that one scene where he's trying to fucking cut the little you know, check the corpse and the fucking blood goes, you know, and he just turns around and shit's running off his face like,
Yeah, the only one I had a problem with was it's the candy movie. Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
I had a little problem with that one. That one, like, I didn't like. He was playing the good crazy, but for some reason I looked at him sometimes and went, I'm not feeling him as Willy Wonka. I didn't hate the movie. I just didn't. I wasn't pulled into that character he was trying to portray in the Willy Wonka movie. That's maybe fault of the original movie. So my original rationality would be like more that kind of vibe, and he went more to the crazy kid kind of vibe. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't work in my mind. Just didn't work in my mind.
Tim Burton decision.
Yeah. But you know, there's one more actor that I know a lot of people, even though he plays pretty much the same character in almost every single movie, Robert Downey Jr. As Iron Man. A lot of the movies after that, other than Tropic Thunder, he played Robert Downey Jr. Like, no matter what movie he was in, he was good. Like, even in the detective movie.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes. I still
love
saw
those
Robert
movies.
Downey Jr. in that movie. But he's
That's-
a good
I
Robert
love-
Downey Jr.
I love that movie, but the thing is Robert Downey Jr. is just he's good.
Yeah. He
No.
is the character.
He is the character. It's kind of like saying Morgan Freeman. Like
Yeah.
everybody, when you hear his fucking voice, doesn't matter what movie it's in, that character is no longer such and such. That's Morgan Freeman. He trying to catch the killer. That's Morgan Freeman. He's God. That's Morgan Freeman. He's it. Bitch, Morgan Freeman. They write scripts and give characters names, and in reality, it's just Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Just
You
Morgan
know,
Freeman in a different
But
universe.
I don't have a problem with that though, because
Mm,
he's good. Like, he could be anybody. He could play any part. I
mhm.
feel like there's people like that. And you were talking about earlier about with your Harry Potter, talking about it's going to be hard to separate yourself. See, I had that problem at one point. I had that problem with the Tomb Raider movie.
Oh, yeah.
And see, I played all the games and then I watched the original movie, right?
Yeah.
And Tomb Raider will always be Angelina Jolie to me. Lara Croft, she played that fucking character so well.
Yes.
I'm not putting anything against the girl that played in the new movie. Not at all. Didn't He did a fine job, but that's not my Lara Croft. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll watch the Tomb Raider movie, the new one. I'll watch it again. I enjoyed the movie, but that's not my Lara Croft. That's this new generation's Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Because
Let's just ask a quick question. We'll call it a stream. Do you think we're still in the era? Well, it's a two-part question. Do you still think we're still in the era where movies in a theater is worth going to see in a theater than rather than seeing at home? And second question is, are we still in the era where specialized movie actors have to be in a movie in order to sell a ticket? Like back in the day, like haven't had Robert Williams or Jim Carrey or any other of the big names. Like this was a selling point. This actor's in this movie. Are we still in that era?
I don't think we're in that era anymore. I think you can still. I think it's more about the content now. So, for example, I would go and watch a movie if it was about some kind of spooky shit.
Okay.
Just because I like spooky shit. I think there's a lot of that from our generation now. We're getting into where our generation are more moviegoers. So you're seeing more of, it's not so much as who's in it, but what it's about.
Okay.
Okay. I feel that way. I could be wrong, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. However, I do think, on the other point, it depends on the movie. Okay, I don't want to go to the theater to watch Despicable Me 12. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to go see that. But if you're telling me you're fixing to drop, some movie that I've been waiting for, like when they did Godzilla v Kong, okay? I'm going to go see that shit in the theater. Because I want that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's pissed off about this, maybe a sore subject with some people.
Yeah.
Because the last episode of Stranger Things releases on the 31st, and it's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And they're going to drop it at theaters. A lot of people are pissed off because they're going to get to see the first 4 episodes and then the next 3, and then they got to go to the theater to watch the last 2 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all well and fine, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am more than willing to go to the fucking theater to see it. Because I think Stranger Things could have been on the fucking big screen the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
The entire time. I will go watch Jurassic Park movie. I'm going to go to the theater to watch it the first time. That's a big, to me, that's big. You talking big creatures, big battles, big fucking shit. I want to see that on the big screen. I'm not going to go to the theater to watch the new rendition of Murder She Wrote. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it depends on what you're watching as to whether if we're in or out of that era, if you know what I mean. I think we're kind of in. I think we're in the in between right now.
Because, well, for one thing, back when I was a kid, if you said Robert Williams was in the movie, and even if it wasn't a movie I was interested in, I would go see it just because he was in it, right? That was it back then. Nowadays, any actor goes on there and there's a selling point, I won't go see it just because of the actor. It has to be, like you said, it has to be something I'm already interested in or I'm already invested in, and I want to see the rest, or I want to see it I want to see it. Like, I want to see that story. Case in point, any anime movie that, like, let's say Demon Slayer. I don't know none of the actors in there. I frankly don't care. I don't go to see it because of the actor. I want to go there because it's the freaking concept of the movie and the story. Right. That's all I want to see. But now that Netflix has now officially, according to what I hear, bought Warner Brothers, and Netflix is a renting platform. or a subscription platform. They don't do movie theaters. They do online movies.
They're
their
fixing to do a movie theater. They're doing a movie theater on the 31st because Netflix is Stranger Things.
Yeah. So my question is, like, if Netflix takes all the Warner Brothers IPs and makes them at some point primarily a subscription-based movie platform, would that actually be a boon? Because for you have kids, right? You got the tickets for you, your wife, and your 2 sons. Okay. Then we got popcorns and drinks. Okay. Then we want to see it in IMAX. All right. And then you got to go in there, and for me, at least from my experience, not that good of things. Your IMAX is apparently really good. Mine sucked ass. By the end of the day, you're spending well over $100 for all of that, when you could have just spent like $20 and saw it at home if it was online.
Right. It's a comfortability thing.
Mm.
It's, if I have the money, I'll go sit in the theater. If I don't, I'll watch it at home.
Yeah.
There are some movies that I do my level best to make sure I have what I need to go see it in the theater, because that's where I want to see it.
Yeah.
But those are rare. Those are like maybe 2-3 times a year that happens.
Same.
Most times I wait for it to come out streaming. Like, I've already talked to Stealthy. You can believe this motherfucker will be at the theater on the 31st. Me, I will be there. Yeah. I'm gonna see the shit happen. Okay?
Yeah.
There ain't no way in hell I done waited all these years, watched all these episodes, and I ain't gonna be there when it is. No, fuck that shit.
So here's a question now. Somebody brought this up, and I just want a quick thought on it. If you could go to a drive-in theater and it connected, the speaker sounds connected to your vehicle, and you can just drive in, park your vehicle, bring your own stuff, and would it be just as enjoyable experience at a drive-through theater or drive-in theater than a in-house box?
This is a really good question, because you're asking somebody who's actually done that. So in Atlanta, I don't know if it's still there or not, there used to be the Star Drive-In, and on more than one occasion, when I was up there visiting or whatever I was doing, helping family or whatever, I did drive to the drive-in, and you set your station on your channel, on your radio, in your car, to match the one that they tell you, and it comes through your speakers.
Yeah.
And I absolutely fucking loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yes.
Now here's a couple of reasons why. One, you're in your car. Mm-hmm. That means you can control the temperature in your car. Because I know you've been to theaters. I've been in theaters where I could fucking freeze icicles on my nutsack. I've been in theaters where I'm in there going, fuck, why is it so goddamn hot?
Yeah.
You know? So that's a bonus. 2, okay, I don't have to get out the vehicle unless I want to.
Yep.
Which means all I do is drive up and put that bitch in park. 3, if the kids pass out, I ain't toting them bitches to the car. They're already in the fucking car.
Yeah, and no one around you can bother you either.
Nobody's fucking with you because you're in your car.
Mm-hmm. Seats are pretty comfortable too. They're designed that way. And someone's saying like they need to bring those back. Like some theaters are like compared to when we were younger. There used to be a lot of theaters, but nowadays if they got rid of some of those theaters and brought back drive-through theaters, probably be still like much more of an interest for that kind of stuff.
I'll be right back.
All right. But yeah, I would like to do a drive-through theater. I don't know of any of them near where I live right now. So I used to have one near in Tennessee. There was one. Even though there was one, we never did go to a movie there. And It's just because they never played any modern movies there. And I was like, why not? It would have been cool. I would like to experience it at least one time. But yeah, I was in the vehicle. No distractions. No one around you. No one throwing food. No one making sounds. No one clapping in parts you're not supposed to be clapping or cheering, whatnot. You can have your own AC, your own. You can leave anytime you want to. You're in comfortable seats because these kind of seats are supposed to be able to sit for like hours on end, and most movies are hours on end. And you could just, I don't know, I feel like you don't have to worry about anything. Only thing you got to worry about is if it rains. Because if it rains, well, shit. you hope it doesn't rain so hard that you can't see the screen. I don't know what to do about that problem. That's the only part. Maybe the driving has one of those big dome tops, maybe, and have it like a slope going down the movie screen and blow out the back. But then again, how loud would that be over the movie? I don't know, would it be distracting or not? I just know I would like personally think that they should bring that back. But most people nowadays also have a pretty big TV. Most people have a big TV. They're like $200, $300 for a 65-inch. And you can, if you're a bargain seller, you can get you a pretty good, nice surround sound on like Facebook or eBay or so on. Or you can just get a sound bar. We have sound bars. They sound pretty damn good. And some of them nowadays can even like do a spatial sound. If you're gonna spend that kind of money though, like it can pick up how sounds reflect on certain surfaces and semi-surround sound effect going around with it. But most theaters don't have surround sound. Like, oh, it's surround sound. It's ass. I've gone to 2 or 3 IMAXs now, and every one of them, it's IMAX, and it's a regular freaking screen, like a regular theater screen, and like, oh, Dolby sound, and I'm not hearing anything that's like gonna make me like turn my head, going, oh, the sound's coming from that way. It's like, no, it sound's coming from this way. Just a wave of sound and loud. I don't know, just guess I'm getting scammed in this IMAX theaters, because thinking about it now, I would have gave up. And Cobra promised me if I ever come to live near here, we're gonna go to a real IMAX, and I hope it's true, because IMAX is supposed to be a full, like, wide and long and curved, where you don't have to, like, you just see it in the periphery of your eyes and make you turn your head. And that's the kind of experience I want. I want that, like, immersion in my movie theaters. But nowadays, like I said, we spent some good money to go see the IMAX. Just for me and my wife. I can only imagine for those who are parents and have kids, how much money you're spending when you could just spend $20. Buy yourself, you make food at home, you got drinks at home, sit in front of a big TV on some comfortable couches with some decent sound, and you'll have just as much of experience. But is the experience better than the theater? I dare say it is. Being at home.
What's better than a theater?
What the experiences I've been having with IMAX and with theaters, I would almost say that I'd rather just be at home with a good big screen TV and a decent sound bar, a decent surround that I bought from like Facebook, that I got for like $20 or $50 if you got it in a bargain, that at least have some immersion to the sound, rather than there's a big old waft of sound. But then again, you said you got real IMAX in the theaters you go to, so it's like, if you have that, it could be better. But on average, my experience has been trash. And I spent good money to go see that in, Adobe surround sound, Adobe IMAX screens. Like, no, they're not. They're just regular screens.
Right. And I can get, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I mean, I've had shit that was great at home, and I'm not saying at home's not good, but there's just some things that I want to see at the theater.
Mm-hmm. Okay, quick question. Do you remember the day? I don't know if you remember this, if you had this when you were younger. Do you remember when you used to be able to like rent a movie online by checking like the catalogs? You had to call the phone number, and you just like pay for it, and like okay, it starts at 3:45. Let's turn to this channel and wait for it.
Yep.
God, those days.
I remember that shit.
Y'all have no idea the experience. Like that to us was like, oh my God, it's like going to movie theaters. These are He's an order. He's to rent the movie online. We have to go nowhere to go pick up the DVD or pick up the VSS. We just order on TV and just sit and wait 30 minutes or so, and we're gonna watch a movie. It was awesome. You don't have that no more.
No.
I don't know why that was so special, but that was kick ass when I was younger. I was like, damn, that's cool. But then again, if I could call a movie theater and a movie, like the movie out right now, if I could call a movie theater and go, hey, I want to buy a ticket for this movie on my TV, and like have an app for it. Okay, and I'm like, hey, it starts at this time. And I turn on my TV, turn that app on, and the movie starts playing.
That would be considered a digital theater.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do
That's
that.
a hell of an idea. I don't know if anybody's doing it or not, but could you imagine having a theater that has no screens and no seats? All you have to do is you have someone sitting there, and when somebody calls, they're like, hey, I want to watch this movie. Is it in your library? You're like, yeah, so what times can you stream it to? And they can be like, I can stream it at 7:30.
Yeah, here's your code.
And you're like, here, okay, I'll buy that ticket. And then they stream it straight to your, man, that would be so fucking cool.
Yeah. But then people are like, oh, people can pirate it. They're gonna pirate it somewhere. It's gonna happen. I'd rather support
They're pirating it in the fucking theaters.
Yep, just little phones or little cameras. I ain't doing nothing. Shut up. They're gonna do it, but yeah, I would do that. I would pay if I could have an app that's for TVs only. Like I say, like Roku, iTV, what are those little names? Sony, whatever. Fire Stick,
Google. App called like CMX Theater app or whatever, where you can go through the app and be like, all right, so I want to watch this movie. I'm buying a ticket for it. Boom, it starts at 7:30. Boom, done. And then at 7:30, bam, there it is.
Yeah, like you still have the time like you got, okay, we have a time to get to it. We got time to make things. We have that experience of that kind of thing. And I just let me sit at home and just watch it. And it's like at the theaters now, or you watch it at home. Now, I know they've done it to some movies. I think they've done it to like one or two, but you had that like Crunchyroll for like anime movies. They've done it for like Crunchyroll. Like if you bought the ticket, you could watch it at home. Early access, but you had to have Crunchyroll and then buy the ticket. I would just rather just buy it from a movie theater or something like that. I don't know, just some kind of like make that feel that official kind of branding. I don't know how to say that. I just don't want to pay for subscription on top of a movie ticket.
Right.
I don't want double dipper. I just want to pay for one thing, as if I'm going to see the movie myself. But yeah, that's it for this week. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions down below. As always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.